Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I had a couple minutes. My girls are actually sleeping in a little bit this morning, and I wanted to jump on and tell you about a trick that I relearned this weekend. Probably like 5 or 6 months ago, I read the book by Mel Robbins called The 5 Second Rule. And this weekend, as we were traveling to and from North Carolina, my husband and I listened to it again. And I just remembered what a great tool it is. So it's simple. I can tell it to you in a really quick amount of time. And then it's something that you can implement starting as soon as the video ends. So the whole backstory with Mel Robbins and how she came up with a 5 second rule came from basically she was in a bad spot in her life. She was not feeling good energy. She was struggling to get out of bed every morning. And one night before she went to bed, she saw a rocket launch on TV. And as the person was counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the rocket launched, she had this instinct or this thought, what if I count down that same way and launch myself out of bed tomorrow? She'd been hitting the snooze button countless times. She was late in the morning, having a hard time getting her kids out the door for school. So the next day, she tried it. As she was laying in bed, she just counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she launched herself out of bed. And as she continued to do that day after day, she also started to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 throughout the day when she was faced with something, a task, something she had to get done, where she was feeling resistance. So she was coming up against it, and she'd start talking herself out of it. And instead of just pushing through and making it happen, she would just kind of feel that same sluggish feeling. So the whole idea is all you have to do is count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What that does is it actually engages your prefrontal cortex brain. This is something I talk a lot about in coaching is numbers help engage the prefrontal cortex. And so instead of staying in your story and feeling that sense of emotion and feeling like, gosh, I don't feel like it actually kind of helps you push through to take action. Because a lot of times the things that we have to do, we don't feel like doing them, but we need to get them done. So I urge you today on this Monday to practice the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. All you got to do is when you feel yourself starting to talk yourself out of something that you really need to do, maybe it's like speaking up in a meeting at work today. Maybe it's telling your husband how you really feel. Maybe it's having more patience with your kids. I use that same technique myself just to feel more patience with my kids. So all you do is just count down in your head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just push through it. I'll put a link to the TED Talk for Mel Robbins' TED Talk on this topic if you want to learn more. And other than that, I wish you guys a really happy Monday and hope you get to use the 5 second rule many times today to push through.